Who is the founder of Buddhism?
The founder of Buddhism is Shakyamuni Buddha. Shakyamuni Buddha taught more than 25,000 years ago and is thought to be the most recent and an extensive line of Buddhism.
Are there any similarities with Buddhism and Christianity?
The similarities within Buddhism and Christianity lie within Shakyamuni Buddha and Jesus. Both, as infants, were conceived in abnormal ways. Both were born in unusual settings. Their births were announced by angels. They were born under a special star or constellation. There was adoration by sages or wise men who foresee spiritual greatness. They both left home at some point. They were both tempted by the Lord of Death. They both sent out missionaries as disciplines, and both could work miracles in some notion of the term.
What are the beliefs within Buddhism?
The beliefs within Buddhism, well, there's several, but the main beliefs within Buddhism is that the Buddha is not to be worshipped as a god, but is known as a fully enlightened human being. Different groups throughout the regions have incorporated their local gods and spirits into their Buddhist belief systems and made it kind of like their own religion or their own version of the religion. There are three characteristics of existence. Those are suffering, impermanence, and no self. There are also the Four Noble Truths, which are suffering, origin of suffering, cessation of suffering, and the Eightfold Path. Some important teachings within the Buddhist religion, like some of their main terms, is karma, rebirth, and nirvana. The Mahayana and Vajrayana schools stress the emptiness of all things. And then all Buddhist schools stress teaching nonviolence and compassion towards other beings within their schools.
Are there specific worship rituals?
There are several rituals that are specified towards Buddhism. Some of them are within Buddhism. There are three gyms, which are Buddha, Dharma, also known as their teachings, and then their congregation. Buddha expresses how he and his followers take refuge in those elements. At several Buddhist ceremonies, they recite the three refugees mantra. And then Buddhism has three major traditions in which originated in India. These traditions begin with Theravada, also known as Hinayana, and these traditions began in India and then spread to Sri Lanka, and then after that spread to Southeast Asia. Then the second tradition is Mahayana, which is most prevalent in East Asian schools, but has gone and spread in other locations as well within the Buddhist religion. The third major tradition is Vajrayana, which was mainly taught in the Himalayan region, but has also spread to other regions as well. Although the traditions are mainly in their specific regions, they're taught in all kinds of different places to whoever adopts those specific teachings and traditions.
What are Buddhist ethics?
The major Buddhist ethics, there's a whole bunch of them. The Indian term for ethics or morality used within Buddhism is sila. This word has several different meanings, but it's described as being virtuous, having right conduct, being moral, showing moral discipline. Sila is an internal, aware, and intentional ethical behavior according to one's commitment to the path of liberation. For Buddhists, being moral is very important to uphold, and it's something that they take pride in doing and make sure to do. The Buddhists' ethics believe in 5 major moral precepts, which are to avoid killing or harming any living thing, avoid stealing or taking what's not yours to take, avoid any sexual irresponsibility, anything that involves abusing that right, which for monks and nuns means to remain celibate for their lifetime. And then everyone is also to avoid lying or any hurtful speech, and avoid alcohol and drugs, which diminish clarity of consciousness.